All right, today we're jumping into Shikar Singh's Rich Boyfriend, Poor Boyfriend. Now, this isn't just about dating someone with a huge bank account versus someone without one. We're going to unpack something much, much deeper. Is a partner's true wealth found in their assets, or is it all about their mindset? Let's get into it.
You know, the book immediately throws a wrench in that old stereotype. This is not a guide for choosing money over love. The preface says it all. It's about figuring out what truly matters. We're talking about the real stuff that makes a partnership work. Stability, a mindset geared for growth, and of course, shared values.
So this brings us to the big question we're tackling today. Can love really bridge the gap when two people come from completely different financial worlds? Or are the differences in how they think, their habits, their expectations, are they just too big to overcome? Let's break it all down. Okay, first up, let's meet the two guys at the heart of this story. They live in the same city, sure, but they might as well be on different planets. On one side, you have Alexander Sterling. I mean, the name alone says a lot, right? He's the heir, the picture of privilege with an Ivy League education to boot. Then on the other side, we've got Jake Thompson. His life has been all about resilience, making his way through gritty streets with a public school education. This really sets the stage for our main contrast. It's not just about the money in their pockets, but the completely different life experiences that made them who they are.
Well, as luck would have it, their worlds crash into each other at a charity event. And in a room practically designed to scream wealth and status, they find a connection, a real one, based on something else entirely, a shared interest that just cuts through all the noise of where they come from.
So, they've met. But to really get what's going on between them, we have to look way beyond the bank account. This is where we start peeling back the layers and taking apart those easy stereotypes of rich and poor. So, you have to ask, are their lives really what they look like from the outside? Is Alexander's privilege a guarantee of a strong mindset? And does Jake's empty wallet really say anything about his potential? The book argues, and I think it's a great point, that we need to look much, much deeper. And here's the thing. Wealth is not a magic fix for everything. Alexander is dealing with the sheer weight of privilege, the constant pressure to conform, the deep-seated fear that people only want him for his money. This creates a kind of emotional emptiness, right? A real hunger for a genuine connection that all his wealth just can't buy. He's fighting for something real in a world that feels totally fake.
Now, let's flip that coin and look at Jake. His strengths aren't financial, they're all in his head. We're talking about pure determination, friendships that actually mean something, a passion for learning. These are the real ingredients of a rich mindset. He's all about upgrading his skills and building his intellectual capital. And this is so crucial. Being poor today doesn't mean you have to be poor forever, because your mindset is your single greatest asset.
So how in the world do these two guys from opposite ends of the spectrum find any common ground? This next part is all about that turning point where their separate worlds finally start to connect.
Their bond doesn't just appear out of thin air. It's built step by step. It all starts with shared interests, that common ground where money just doesn't matter. And that builds a bridge to mutual understanding, which lets them tear down all their assumptions about each other. It's only after that that they can start setting shared goals and building a vision for a future that's built on partnership, not on one person's bank account.
The book makes the case that this kind of real connection is the ultimate equalizer. And it's not some fuzzy, magical feeling. It's the hard work of building respect and understanding. It literally erases those artificial lines that society draws based on money and lets them connect as human beings, based on character, not cash. But hey, a connection is one thing. You've got to build on it. This section is all about the practical things they did to create a life together, a life that's grounded in both stability and growth. This table really shows you the blueprint of their partnership. Just look at the balance here. They support each other's individual dreams, but they make big decisions together. This isn't about one person giving everything up for the other. It's a structure designed for both of them to grow. And this really gets to the heart of what real emotional security looks like. It's built on consistency, shared planning, and mutual respect, not a dollar amount. And of course, it wasn't a walk in the park. They faced judgment from outsiders and had their own internal conflicts. But instead of letting it break them, those challenges actually became opportunities. This is where having a growth mindset in a relationship is so critical. Seeing obstacles not as a dead end, but as a fire that forges a stronger, more resilient bond. And all of this brings us to the final, and I think most powerful takeaway from this whole explainer. Their entire journey just forces us to completely rethink what it even means to be rich. So, the book completely redefines wealth.
It asks us to look past all the tangible stuff, the cash, the cars, the houses. It argues that true wealth is actually a measure of your intangible assets, your compassion, your resilience, your empathy, and the strength of your connections with other people. That's the currency that really matters in the end. And this quote right here really brings it all home. The choice was never about a rich boyfriend versus a poor one. It's about choosing a partner who is rich in vision, rich in responsibility, and rich in mindset. And that, my friends, is the most valuable asset of all.